間ユナイテッドエンパイア今日は試合があったそして彼がエンパイアの応援してくれるってよみんなブローキンテーブルポッドキャストよろしく
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Broken Tables podcast. This is episode number 96. I am your host, Jeffrey Vegas, here as always with our Broken Predictions champion and co-host, King Rome. How you doing tonight, sir?
Doing pretty good, except for the fact that I lost my voice today.
Oh, that sucks, man. I feel for you. Well, I'll take up most of the talking here tonight. We'll just get a quick, few additions from you here and there if we need to, but
unlike other past champions, I show up every single week, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Fighting champion even when he's almost out of action,
Yeah, knowing me, I'll probably start fucking talking more than I need to anyway, but it's all right. Let's just do it.
All right, so welcome everybody on YouTube who is here with us live. We got the Coog in chat. I think he was here way before even we were, so thank you very much for being here with us, Coog. Nice to see you again here tonight. I'm going to start off tonight with some of our past subscribers that we had not announced over the past few days. Starting off, we got Takuzawa Mahishi. Thank you very much for the subscription. Next up, we have Dino Guy 76. Thank you very much. Next up, Popo Lion. Thank you. And then we had Alyssa Gallagher. Thank you as well. And Ed Weber yesterday. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
All right. And Orange Cassidy says thank you very much as well.
Oh, man,
all right. So we started off tonight with Darby Allin versus Cole Carter. This Cole Carter kid, he had probably one of the most silent, masked reveals of all time. But I actually think this kid is fairly decent in the ring, and they said he's only been doing this for about 2 years. I could see this kid actually getting to be, quite a good wrestler sometime in the future. You see that as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see him more in a singles capacity moving forward. I wrote that in my notes. I think he's really talented. And this is another really good match. I think back to last week when Darby faced Anthony Henry. I think that was a really fun match with good chemistry, and felt like they kind of ran that back tonight, where it's just good chemistry between two really talented young guys who want to go out there and put on a show.
Yeah, absolutely, man. When I first heard about the match, I was kind of just like, all right, Cole Carter, I'll give him a chance. I haven't seen too much of what he can do yet, so let's see what he's got. And I was actually really impressed tonight. Like you said, him and Darby had super good chemistry in there. Darby came to the ring with the bat hidden in his jacket. I didn't even notice it. Nick Camarado tried to get involved before the bell, but Darby smashed him up with the baseball bat. This was a great match. Once the match started, Darby and Cole Carter, like you said again, had really, really good chemistry here. Darby hits the coffin drop, of course, after, about it. What was this, like a 6 or 7 minute match? It wasn't too long, but
yeah, I mean, it didn't go super long.
Yeah, it wasn't super long, but definitely good enough for a Rampage. Darby hits that coffin drop for the 1, 2, 3. Excellent match. I think Cole Carter's got a bright future ahead of him as long as he keeps it up, and he definitely looks like he's still working on the physique. He's getting a little bit bigger and more cut every time we see him, so should be nice to see him in the future there. Next up, we had an interview with Keith Lee backstage with Renee Paquette. Gets interrupted almost immediately by Shane Taylor, a former champion from Ring of Honor. This was awesome to see this dude. I had actually forgotten his name for a moment, but as soon as they said it, I was like, yeah, Shane Taylor, let's go. I guess we're getting a tag match. Shane Taylor mentioned he had a tag partner, and he's like, hopefully you can find somebody.
Yep.
Swerve shows up with this big old giant shit-eating grin on his face. He didn't even say anything. He just smiles at Keith Lee. Keith Lee's like, man, can I even count on you? And the smile on Swerve's face, Keith Lee just shakes his head and walks off. I'm loving this little dynamic we got going here with Keith Lee and Swerve, where they're not like completely broken up, or we're at least not supposed to think that yet. I'm really liking this storyline right now.
Yeah, me too. It's a very entertaining storyline, and it's not going right to the typical, they broke up thing. Are they still going to break up? Maybe, probably, but they're kind of doing something a little unique. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a good word to put it. Unique. I like it. All right. Next up, we had a video package with Roosh and Jose the Assistant, and the Dark Order. Talking about what has happened with 10. I really, really liked the end of this video package where you got to see Roosh, Jose, and 10 the Assistant. I'm sorry, yeah, all three of those guys wearing their suits. We're finally seeing Preston without his mask on. I've been calling for that for a while, actually. I'm pretty sure I've been saying it for about 6 months to a year almost, that, Preston needed to lose that mask for sure. And we got Coog in the chat. Shane Taylor, Tony K knows his Ring of Honor history. So damn happy he bought Ring of Honor. And now the McMahons who would have buried it, and not the McMarians who would have buried it. Yeah, amen, my brother. Amen. This was a great video package. I'm actually, finally, I'm enjoying what the Dark Order are doing at the moment. Having Preston, joining Roosh there, it actually gives a little bit of a purpose to those guys. My only complaint, I guess tonight he didn't do it, but John Silver's a little too goofy for me, for my tastes. He just needs to clean up his character just a tad and, be with Evil Uno and Reynolds. And I think they would make a great trios to go forward here, but Reynolds needs to calm down on I don't know what to call it, but the immaturity, I guess, is the word I was looking for there.
I agree with you pretty much completely on this. This recap video package was really well done. It's the best thing the Dark Order's done in 2 years.
Yeah.
Or at least a year and a half. I just doing this video package where like Silver and Reynolds mention the impact that -1 it had on -1, and just Roosh and Jose the Assistant talking about how it how it all moves forward and everything, and how they planned it out all along. It's really well done, and it really backpacks off of the amazing work that was done last week on Rampage.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, next up, we had Renee Paquette in the ring with the Acclaimed. Man, these dudes are so over. It is not even funny. It's one of the most organic things I've ever seen in wrestling. Just like Jamie Hayter, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The fans in AEW, they don't really listen to what you tell them to like. They decide what they like in AEW. The fans really do. They pick and choose who they're going to cheer for. And it's really obvious when you actually go to the shows sometimes, and these guys, they deserve it so much. The raps that come to the ring are freaking great. Anthony Bowens is amazing on the mic once he gets in the ring, gets on the mic there. Daddy ass Billy, he's still got it when he gets on the mic. This was fantastic. The whole crowd was on their feet for the Acclaimed as they came out. Another great rap by Max Caster. The Gun Club show up to interfere here, or not interfere, to interrupt. The crowd starts chanting ass boys at him. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal show up with Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh. Daddy Ass says, listen, we weren't out here calling for all of you guys. We said we were going to face the best. And FTR's music hits. So FTR walks down to the ring, they don't even notice the other dudes are standing on the ring. They walk right past them, hold their belts up, and they get in the ring, and we just get a simple shake of hands between FTR and the Acclaimed. I'm actually, I'm surprised that we're seeing this so quickly here. I thought we would get a few defenses in between before we went to FTR, but hey, I'm all for it. You know me, I'm a huge FTR fan. I love the Acclaimed. My only problem here is I really don't think FTR is going to win this one, and I really want to see them with all the belts. You know what I mean?
I mean, I hear you, and I understand that's what you want. But I mean, you got to go with the Acclaimed on this one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But you could argue that the Acclaimed are so over that they don't need the belts. But I don't think it's time to take the belts away from them at all.
Here's the thing. I think that AEW is young enough where when you have a guy, or guys in this case, that, like, you are correct. Do the Acclaim need the World Tag Team Championships? No, they don't. What they need, though, or vice versa, it's more so the belts that need them. AEW's young. You want to have guys like that who can add prestige to your title.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to make the title, like when we say that the AEW World Heavyweight Championship is the most important title in professional wrestling, right? That's based off the booking and the prestige of the last 4 years of professional wrestling. The tag titles need to be the same. So
yeah, I agree.
you got to elevate.
Coog says AAA, AEW, IWGP, and the Ring of Honor title belts in one ring. 4 championships from 4 different promotions in 3 countries. A beautiful sight you will never see in the Banana Nose Circus, and that's why we love Tony Khan.
All right, hold on. We got to do this real quick. Right? I got a thing to talk about the Banana Nose Circus, right? I'm gonna do this despite my voice. So
fight through it, man.
Yeah, well, I got to do it because I have to. So Tegan Knox showed up on SmackDown tonight. I like Tegan Knox a lot, so not gonna hate on that. But my issue is why. So she comes out, helps Liv Morgan fight off Damage Control. 2 of them beat the shit out of the 3 of them. Damage Control gets their ass beat every single week since SummerSlam. It's been legitimately every single week they get their ass kicked, even when they have the numbers. And I'm just sitting here questioning that. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's that's the tag team champions too, the women's tag champions.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And then I also find myself really questioning Tegan Knox debuting on an episode that aired on FS1, not Fox. I thought that was really, really lame. But
I clicked over and I just happened to click over like right when Bray Wyatt's promo started. I don't know if it's just me hate watching now or whatever it is, but it was horrible. I'm not sure if I was just like already thinking it was going to be horrible or what, but I was just like, what is he even talking about? Like, I was just like, dude, this is okay, whatever. I was just like, whatever.
Yep, I'll tell you this. It's not hate watching. As somebody who loves Bray Wyatt, I really do. Regardless of where he ends up, I want him to be successful, and I love him. Yeah. But his work since he's returned at SummerSlam, it's been bad. It's been really bad.
I understand.
Sorry, go ahead.
I understand it's a big return, but how has he not been in the ring for a match yet? Like, I'm sorry.
Look,
I can't go from pay-per-view to pay-per-view for one match. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing, and I said this back on that night because I remember I was at the Easter State Penitentiary for the Halloween thing, and everyone else was watching the Extreme Rules. And I sat there and I was like, okay, well, let's see where he's at in 3 months. I'm happy for him, happy he's back, but I'm going to reserve judgment until we're 3 months down the line.
Exactly.
What's he going to be doing? It's 2 months into the 3 months, and he hasn't done anything. He's had mediocre promo after mediocre promo. And they're trying to push these really weird not fun characters like Uncle Howdy and like all that dumb shit, and it's just like, it breaks my heart to see it because it's just like it's not good, and I don't
It,
know if it's because he had to recreate himself a third time. I don't know if
yeah.
it like I know he's got creative freedom. I don't know if it's all on him. If it's all on him, it's not good work, and that really sucks. And I hate saying that about him because I am a big fan of Bray Wyatt, but it just hasn't been good.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's winning that USC game there, Coog? I know that's where Coach is. Coach was watching that as well. So next up we had Hikaru Shida and the Bunny with a video package. Looks like the Bunny is challenging Hikaru Shida for her championship, which would be the Regina D Wave Championship. I absolutely love the Bunny. I have literally been watching her since she started in TNA, as I believe her name was just Allie. You know, I've watched her for a long time, and to see her progression, because she was not very good when she started, you know what I mean? But to see how far she's come is amazing. I absolutely love her now. And Hikaru Shida, what more do I need to say there? She's one of the best in the business. So that's going to be great. I can't wait for that match. Next up, we had Private Party versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. This was a great tag team match. You know, it was just a classic, tag team match. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal worked a very good match here. I'm not sure if this was, him being a very good seller, but it looked like Mark Quinn hurt his arm on that 450. He looked like he was going for a 450 splash, but he landed on his feet and tried to roll through. But on the roll through, he kind of just put his hand down and then collapsed. And he looked like he was favoring that shoulder for the rest of, it was a very short rest of the match, but did it look like he got hurt to you?
No, I missed the spot.
Okay. I didn't hear anything online or anything. I'm going to have to scour the old Twitter to see if anybody says anything, but it did look a little odd the way normally when they roll through those 450s, they roll through a lot smoother. He kind of just like collapsed on his arm. So I'm hoping he's all right. But after that, Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal take advantage of the little misstep, and they hit the lethal injection for the 1, 2, 3. It was a combo. It was a combo with one of Jeff Jarrett's moves, but I don't know what they call this combo move. But Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal pick up the win here. I was kind of expecting Private Party to get this win, but there we go.
No, I thought Jay Lethal was going to get the win there, absolutely. Or not Jay Lethal. Well, Jay Lethal's on the team, but Jeff Jarrett, I thought he was going to get the win.
I was just expecting everybody that's involved with Ethan to start winning, here. It kind of feels like everybody with Ethan Page is starting to lose.
I mean, not necessarily, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. All right, next up, we had the interview, the sit-down interview between Saraya and Renee Paquette. Essentially, Saraya, down to the point, says she's going to be going after the women's championship. She's not trying to say she's the first, number one contender or anything, but she's just letting everybody, in the women's division know, like, hey, you guys want that belt? So do I. That's why I'm here. And, that made a lot of sense. I really liked that promo. This was good. I like how they're doing these sit downs backstage,
Oh, yeah. Really good stuff.
Utah up 34-24 in the fourth with 8 minutes. Haha. Let's go, Utah. All right, next up, we had Athena versus Danny Moe. And man, I think I've been saying it every week, but I absolutely love this heel character of Athena's right now. This Athena heel she's like over the top heel in the women's division. She has like this ferocity behind her when she is in the ring. I feel bad for just about everybody that gets in there with her. This was definitely a squash match, but Danny Moe got a couple of seconds of offense in there, but she gets squashed, gets attacked after the bell, of course. I thought we were going to see Mercedes Martinez come out for the save, but we did not. We saw a whole bunch of referees come out for the save. She kind of threatened to punch Aubrey again. Aubrey kind of cowered away. I'm loving this. I'm loving this heel Athena. I really hope she destroys Mercedes Martinez and takes that Ring of Honor Women's Championship.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody better to hold that title right now. Literally can't think of anyone better.
Yep, completely agree.
All right, next up we had a Juice Robinson video package cutting a promo on Samoa Joe for his Ring of Honor Championship. And man, what an awesome booking right here. I was just like, wait a minute. I forgot Juice was even still like signed here.
Well, so he actually wasn't signed, but they announced later on in the night, not during this segment, but later on, that he is signed. So
Oh, okay. I thought there was like rumors that he was, but it's just now confirmed tonight.
they confirmed it tonight for the first time, yes.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's why I was shocked. I was like, "Whoa, hell yeah, Juice, let's go!" And man, Juice versus Joe is gonna be insane. Um, I hope they give him a little bit of time. You know, like the match that he had with Moxley. I don't feel like he got enough time to show like that he was on Moxley's level, which I guess in AEW he's not, but in other places in the world, Juice is like a multi-time United States champion. You know what I mean? So I hope he starts to, level up a little bit, if that makes any sense,
Well, I guess I thought Juice did pretty good against Mox, but I understand the
Yeah,
critique.
yeah.
Mm.
All right, that's going to be a banger. Oh, I can't wait for that. All right, next up was time for the main event. We had the best friends dressed as lumberjacks. They were all carrying axes, and they scared the bejesus out of QT Marshall when they said, "Do you think this is a joke?" But then they asked Mark Henry, can we bring these axes to the ring? And unfortunately, you could not bring axes to the ring. Twitter, Coog says Twitter started going nuts with rock hard quotes at that point. Yeah, man. Forgot about Juice's rock hard promos. I hope we get some of those in AEW when he starts getting the mic. That'd be sweet. But this was an absolutely fantastic lumberjack match. You don't get these too often in wrestling, you know what I mean? You get like maybe one or two a year, if that. I've always loved lumberjack matches since I was a kid. I love how there's kind of like the mixture of the heels and the faces out there, and you have other little stories going on outside the ring, outside of what's happening in the ring. It's one of my favorite style of matches, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of lumberjack matches, but I thought it was really cool tonight.
Yeah,
to tell storylines in the lumberjacks. You had Ethan Page and Matt
exactly.
Hardy.
Yeah.
I thought that spot was so smart and very well done.
Yeah, it was great. I love how Ethan Page and Matt Hardy were arguing outside the ring, like the Coog just said in chat there. Ethan basically threw Matt Hardy out, said he was going to fire, Isaiah Cassidy if he didn't. This was all great. There's like little stories going on outside the ring. You got the best friends, Danhausen out there. Danhausen dressed like a lumberjack was hilarious. If you didn't see it, try to go check out a picture or something on Twitter. It was absolutely hilarious to see these dudes dressed as lumberjacks. And QT tried to be like, "Look at you guys. You look like a joke. You're not even taking this seriously." And I was like, "What do you mean, QT? They're literally dressed like lumberjacks. You couldn't take it any more seriously, dude. Like, come on." Yeah, and Cutler was filming the whole thing for BTE. Penelope and Kip Sabian come out. Kip Sabian tries to interrupt Cassidy, pushes him off the top ropes. I don't know why he would do that if he was trying to go after the belt, you know what I mean? But Cassidy kicks out of the diamond cutter. He hits a orange punch and two, what does he call it? The beach break for the 1, 2, 3. And all the lumberjacks just start brawling all over outside the ring after this thing was over. And the lights go out and the House of Black show up and start just destroying everybody except for Ortiz. So they went to pick up Ortiz to do a finisher on him, and Malachi stopped them and said, "Not him, not him, not him." And they kind of looked, and they like, Murphy was like, "Okay," and went and picked up someone else. Do you think that's our first tease at a new member of the House of Black?
At first, I thought that, and I wrote it down. But then they go and attack him anyway.
They did attack him outside the ring a little bit afterwards. I saw that. But
I don't know. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. That's originally that my initial thought was maybe they were teasing that they were going to try to take him away from Eddie Kingston or something like that. But I don't know. I didn't see enough there where I was fully bought into that being a possibility.
yeah,
So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
it was just really like the camera caught it very well of Malachi being like, not him, not him. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I really do hope that that's what.
It was very weird. It was very particular.
Yeah. I do hope that's where we're going because Ortiz has kind of felt like he's been left out to dry since Santana had whatever type of falling out he had. You know, I know he got injured, but he was kind of on his way out the door anyway, I believe is what, you know, the reports were saying back then. But, you know, we'll see. The Coog says, loving Julia's dark look, shades of Isaac from Children of the Corn, 1980s film in the black hat. Dude, that black hat for her and that outfit, I mean, you could try a million times and not nail it as much as they have absolutely nailed that character. I mean, it is perfect for her in every way. Like, she looks incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So that was it for Rampage. You know, I wouldn't call this a spectacular Rampage, but it was definitely, you know, on the good side of Rampages. You know, they're all decent, but this was fine. Nothing bad about this episode. All three were decent matches, some very good video package promos here. You know, nothing super great to write home about or anything, but, you know, decent episode of Rampage.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. So I hate to you know, make you talk here, but what do we got going for Wednesday?
Yeah,
You could be quick with it.
Up for. All right, so this Wednesday we have the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal. More entrants will be announced between now and Wednesday. We will hear from MJF after the attack on William Regal. Jake Hager and Daniel Garcia will take on Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. A trios match, Jade Cargill and the Baddies versus Madison Rain, Sky Blue, and Kiera Hogan. The AEW World Tag Team Championship match for the Acclaimed versus FTR. The TNT Championship match, Samoa Joe versus Darby Allin. And added for Rampage, we will have the Regina D-Wave Championship, Hikaru Shida versus the Bunny.
I can't wait for that one. Do you know the name of the promotion that this Regina D. Wade Championship is with? Is it Stardom or is it one of the other Japanese promotions?
I think it's called Fire and Ice.
Okay.
I think. Hold on, let me see real quick.
Yes, Coog, we will be doing a Ring of Honor Final Battle watch party. We will be streaming live from the Broken Tables Arena. We will actually both be in the same room for that one. I love when we get to do these pay-per-views. We'll be placing that Curly's order. I'll be bringing that over. And yeah, we will be doing a are we going to do a pre-show for that one?
Excuse me. Probably not because of how early in the day it is.
Okay. Maybe we'll do it one of the nights before if we can, maybe with the Rampage, maybe we'll do it with the Rampage.
Yeah, the Rampage show probably.
The Coog says it's with the Wave Joshi promotion. Yeah. Thank you, Coog.
It's with Pro Wrestling Wave. Yeah.
Pro Wrestling Wave. Okay. All right. Well, that does it for tonight's AEW Rampage review. A little bit of a quick one, you know, but Rome's a little bit under the weather here. There's not too much news going on in the world of wrestling right now. You know, the only thing that I did want to touch on is there was an interview with some AEW wrestlers on a certain podcast. And for some reason, the name is escaping me right now of who it was. But they kind of were talking about CM Punk. And they actually mentioned, like, you know, not being with the company anymore. Mm. And I'm not sure if it was just like a slip of the tongue or if it was just like just the wording that they were using. I don't think it was anything like actual. But did you catch that? And, you know, did you take anything from that?
No, I didn't take anything from it. The Observer said that Punk's still under contract. AEW they're not interested in buying out the contract.
No, yeah, and being gone, I mean, you could also take that in the form of, he's injured and he's gone from the company right now at home. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Coog, I thank you very much for hanging out with us here tonight on this short episode for the AEW Rampage review. This is the YouTube exclusive show, so thank you guys very much for hanging out with us here tonight. You got anything that you want to add here, Rome?
No.
All right, man. Well, I'll do the closing out for tonight just to save your voice there a little bit. Thank you guys very much for joining us over on YouTube. You can catch us this Monday for the Game Room podcast. I'm sure Rome's got some fun stuff lined up for the Game Room. I'm kind of writing down and taking a list of all the bugs that I'm finding in Warzone 2 right now. I'm just kidding. I'm not actually doing that. But we should have a real good show for you guys on Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. But until then, thank you guys for joining us, and Top Guys out.